Hey everybody, it's 3:47 in the Windy City, and we're back at the Chicago Mike podcast show. You're listening live right now, and let me just tell you right now, folks, you guys are in for a real treat right now. We got someone who's a self-proclaimed history buff, someone who says that because of their maybe their famous exterior, they don't want to come across so much. It might put a dent in cramp their style a little bit. Maybe some people might question whether they're a true-blooded football hero or not. And so we got to protect his identity. Okay, so what I do know about him is he's a former NFL coach. He also is currently hosts a Sunday morning NFL program on a very famous sports network. And he says his name is Tom Ditka. So we have Tom Ditka in the house. Tom, how you doing today? Welcome to the program. Welcome to Chicago Mike program. What are we going to talk about today?
Yes, I am Tom Ditka, not Mike Ditka. I'm Tom Ditka.
Yeah, we already established that there, Tom. Yeah, and we are so happy to have you on the program. So tell us a little bit about what you're talking about today.
Well, I'm going to be talking today about the Northwest Ordinance, something that's really dear to close to my heart, because the fact is that the Northwest Ordinance came about and created my favorite state of all time, Illinois.
Oh, that's right. Illinois is definitely an awesome state, home of Chicago, the Chicago Dog, the Chicago Bears, everything else Chicago. And we thank God that we got Illinois, because that's such a great thing. So what's so great about this Northwest Ordinance?
Well, not only did it create Illinois, but it also carved several states out of the Western Territories during the Articles of Confederation. Our neighboring states of Wisconsin, Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio, and also part of Minnesota a little bit further north.
Oh, yeah, Wisconsin. That's another one of my favorite states, because, I love that cheese. They got some great cheese up there. Throw out a little pizza pie. Man, I'm telling you what, it's fantastic. You got to get yourself some of that. We got Indiana nearby. Not a big fan of the Colts or anything like that. Of course, I'm a big fan of the Bears. But, one thing that I'm really excited about is knowing that Illinois is part of this deal, So tell me a little bit about the deal. What's the scoop on this whole thing here?
Well, in 1787, what was significant about the Northwest Ordinance was that it was going to affect the people who lived in the Northwest Territory, which is the northern part of the land that the government under the Articles was trying to settle. So you had all these people moving out there because of the land ordinance, buying up land left and right and moving out there and creating farms and livelihoods for themselves. But the only problem is that many of these people didn't have any basic rights or freedoms guaranteed by the government, and that was problematic. They didn't have anybody to vote for, they were not part of a state, so the government decided what we need to do is start to set up some type of territorial government and allow them to eventually become states.
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. So this is pretty much how Illinois became a state, so we got all the great things of Chicago, am I right?
Yes, exactly. So what happened was the people moved out there, they settled. As they started to grow, they set up a territory. The territory was appointed a governor, 3 judges, and a secretary. And then when the population of that territory got to be at 5,000, then they could elect their own legislature or their own Congress or General Assembly.
Oh, okay, and then they could make their own laws and things like that.
Yes, exactly. So they could make their own laws, but they were not full-fledged states yet. All they were territories at this point. So in order for them to become a state or have the opportunity to become a state, they had to have their population get to be 60,000. That might take some time. Once they got to 60,000, they could apply to Congress for statehood. And in the end, there were a total of 5 complete states and part of a 6th that were carved out of that. And we talked about them earlier: Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, and part of Minnesota.
Oh, I get it. So that's pretty much how this whole thing came about. Was there anything else about the Northwest Ordinance that you want to talk about?
Yeah, actually there's one other thing, and that is the fact that the Northwest Ordinance banned slavery in the Northwest Territory, which is very significant because the 13 original states had the opportunity to decide for themselves if they wanted to have slaves or not, but any of these new states were not given the same opportunity. Slavery was banned from the start in those places. Now, eventually, as we know, most of the northern 13 original states banned slavery anyway, and much of the southern states did not. But at least in the Northwest Territory, slavery was banned completely. And Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, Michigan, and Wisconsin never had slaves from way, way back.
Oh, man, that's some great stuff. Hey, folks, we're out of time for today. I just want to tell our guest, Tom Ditka, right?
Yes, right. Tom Ditka.
All right, I just want to tell our guest, Tom Ditka, we really appreciate him stopping by today. And this has been the Chicago Mike Podcast Show. You guys have a great day. Have a great one. Take care. Bye-bye.